Well, good evening, or I don't know, good morning. I don't know. It's like 1 a.m. on September 2nd. Oh, hello, friend. You gonna join me? Come here. I'm Chuck Bennington. This is our dog PR, and wanted to shoot a little video. Well, I guess it's not just a video. It's an intro to some videos. So I've been talking about shooting some videos and throwing them on YouTube forever. Most of what I do to post on social media is on Instagram at Chuck Bennington, but if you follow me there, you know that pretty much, I don't know, every day I run into the limit of how long a caption can be. I think it's 3,000 characters, but don't quote me on that. And so I just don't really have enough space to get across what it is that I want to talk about. And maybe you know me from running and coaching as a head coach at GSX CrossFit in Fort Worth back in the day. Maybe we met through owning and operating Seaward CrossFit in Sarasota, Florida, coaching there. Possibly I met you like literally anywhere in the world as I've traveled around to coach for CrossFit Gymnastics over the last 8 years or so. So I don't know where we cross paths, but most of my experience early on was as a coach working with athletes and clients, and what it's kind of transformed into over the last handful of years is primarily working as a coach, coaching other coaches. And if you're a coach, you know that super dope, ultra sick, incredible feeling that you get when you help somebody hit a PR or meet a weight loss objective or learn a new gymnastic movement, figure out how to snatch. I don't know, the list is endless. But when you get to really help them understand and get to that next level and their goals and objectives are met, you feel like you've been a part of something super incredible. And so what's happened for me is over the last few years, I've spent more and more time coaching other coaches, and the realization that I've had is that in that role, my reach, that little warm fuzzy, is magnified 100 times over, because if I can in somehow or some way help another coach be better at their job and they can connect and communicate better with their clients and athletes, then instead of me helping one person, I get to help one person who in turn potentially helps hundreds of people. And so that's what I want to really start delving deeper into. And yeah, for sure, for CrossFit Gymnastics, that is primarily what we do as a seminar staff. Most of the people attending our course are other courses. But that course, as well as the vast majority of all education and training education in the fitness and health world, it's super technical in nature. So maybe you get into a nutrition certification, maybe you go to a CrossFit certification, maybe you take some kind of online coursework for, I don't know, you name it, anything. So much of it is centered on the technical side, right? It's better progressions, better scales, more knowledge, more pieces of the details and information that give you the tools to help work with your clients and athletes better. But very rarely do we get any time or energy spent on how do we actually apply those to real people in the real world. And what I'm really talking about is that we don't get a lot in the way of communication and leadership training. And that's, I'm not any professional in that whatsoever. If any of you guys know me in the real world, I'm not much of a professional at all. I'm like barely 9 years old. So really what I wanted to do through this whole series is just kind of give some of the lessons learned that I have figured out over 10 years of coaching, not having grown up in any kind of athletic or coaching background. So I never had like a mentor as a coach. I never had a role model as a coach. I wasn't really sure what that relationship should be like or feel like or act like or talk like. So everything that I've done has been either through my own education or through my own intuition. And then what I've done with CrossFit Gymnastics, I've been really lucky to be exposed to, at this point, literally thousands of coaches and gym owners all over the planet. And so sharing tips and tricks and best practices, and some of it technical and some of it more philosophical. It's been really cool, but hopefully I can help some of you guys out there as coaches connect with people a little bit better. I've been using the hashtag on Instagram, Coach Like You Mean It, for a while now, and so this is a chance for me to get a little bit deeper into what it means for me as a coach to coach like I mean it, to really give it my all as a coach, to be super invested in somebody else's success. Maybe you're watching this and you're like, whoa, bud, whoa, literally, whoa, bud, I'm not a coach. Well, are you or aren't you? If you're a parent, you're for sure a coach, because you've got a tiny human that's getting lessons in life and direction from you to meet some kind of end state. I mean, even if you help your friends with some like skill or knowledge piece that you have that they don't, you're trying to help usher them along in learning or achieving something that you can benefit and facilitate, then you're coaching them in that role. And so, I mean, in big picture stuff, I guess this could be used by literally anybody on the planet, but primarily I'm going to be focusing on health and fitness stuff. My jam is CrossFit. Own and operate a CrossFit gym. I run a CrossFit gym. I've coached CrossFit, coached for CrossFit headquarters on the seminar staff through CrossFit Gymnastics. I'm super sold on CrossFit, but even outside of that, personal trainers, coaches, life coaches, financial planners, I don't know, anybody that's in a role where like you really need to educate and instruct somebody, hopefully there's a way that I can give you just a tiny little tidbit of something that I have done or come across that's helped me in some way, and through that you get a chance to help somebody else in some way, and maybe it makes a bigger deal than you think. And so if you've been in the coaching game for a while, you know what I'm talking about, that it's not just the change that you see in the moment with that thing that you're coaching. It's that when you really get a chance to over-deliver as a coach, when you really coach like you mean it, you get to connect with people on a transformational level and you make them entirely better as humans, and that's crazy cool, and that's what fires me up, and that's what I want to try to find some way to help anybody that I can connect with out there to do. And so if through this whole series of videos and doing stuff on YouTube and Instagram helps one person help one other person, well, you know what, the world's a little bit better, and I'm totally okay with that. So you can follow me on Instagram at Chuck Bennington. If you like what you think this might be about here on the old YouTubes, you can subscribe. I will be forced to push more things to YouTube just to manage the content length, but I'll try to leave some pretty abbreviated stuff up on the old IG. This is PR. He thanks you for sharing this late night or early morning snippet with us. It's 1:04 a.m. on September 2nd. I had really hoped to have knocked this out on the 1st as the start of the month, but real life does its thing. Anyway, coach like you mean it. I don't know. Go do it.